Hey guys, Nathan here. Very excited to have one of my friends, one of my homeboys. I don't know. I feel like I'm. Does anybody use the phrase homeboy anymore? I feel like I'm suddenly like in the 90s. God! Anyway, it's early. That's why I'm so unclear. But anyway, this is one of my good, very good friends, Jacob Sokol from Sensibly. Thrilled to have him here. Jacob, how you doing?
I'm chilling, man. How you doing?
Good. Awesome. So the reason Jacob and I are talking is because we're very big on meditation. Isn't that true, Mr. Sokol?
This is a true statement indeed.
Awesome. I love this. And the reason we're talking today is because, yeah, we both have been meditating just about every day, like over 800 days in a row. And then in the month of September, we decided to commit to something else to kind of up our meditation game. Would you mind filling everybody in on what that was?
Yeah, right on. So for the month of September in 2012, me and Nathan both committed to meditating not only in the morning, which we had been doing for, as he said, the last 800 days, but also in the evening as well. So having the AM and the PM meditation going.
And I would say, like, for me, this was always something I had heard about. Like a lot of people talk. I mean, I think like even Deepak Chopra and other people like that just talk about the benefits of meditating twice a day and in the evening. And was it the same thing for you? Like, where did this idea to start meditating in the evening come from for you?
Yeah, well, I had just listened to the interview that Brian had done with Tripp, and I was so inspired by just really digging into and unpacking what meditation is and
Mm,
what the benefits of it are. And kind of one of the main things I got from it was that if you're serious about succeeding in life, meditation is pretty much something you need to do. And he says if you don't do exercise and if your nutrition game isn't right, then don't jump to meditation. But for both of us, we exercise and our nutrition game is good and we already meditate. So I just figured, like, I'm serious about life. I want to succeed, and if I'm true about really wanting to create an extraordinary life and be of as much service as I can and live my most fulfilled version of myself, let me commit to doing meditation as well for the month of September every day in the afternoon.
cool. And what I want to highlight. I mean, I thought you stated that perfectly. That was really great. And I want to highlight that, as you mentioned, you and I, we do a lot of things, really well. Like, our nutrition is good and we exercise regularly and we already meditate and that's cool. And it's still, for me, it was also cool to see how we were still able to use that kind of accountability. Like it's still as strong or as independently minded we both are. The fact that like we had someone else kind of holding us accountable, holding that tension of like, are you going to meditate today? Like, I already meditated today and all that kind of stuff. Like it was good to see like, I can still benefit from that dynamic. I mean, how was it for you just having, me across the country, doing the same thing?
It's always great having you, Nathan.
This just took an odd turn.
Yeah, well, really, what was so cool about it was it started off with me just texting you every afternoon after I had finished, just
Hmm.
really quickly done, right? No,
Right.
nothing, how did it go? Just done,
Right.
done, done. And after a week or two, you would text me back also when you had finished, and after a week or two, I would kind of almost look for that and expect it. And I think so that was great. And then one of the main benefits was that I had forgotten to meditate one day during the month, right? I was chilling, I was doing my work, I was enjoying myself. I went out for dinner with my family, and I was with my dad and my brother-in-law, my sister, and my niece, and we were drinking on some sangria on a Sunday afternoon, and then all of a sudden I get Nathan's text, and he's like, "Done." I'm like, "Oh shit, I forgot to meditate today," and I literally went home later, not long after that, and I got home, and it was probably 8 or 9 or even 10 by the time I had gotten home. And I had some liquor in me. And clearly that's not the ideal scenario to be meditating, but since I had that commitment to do it for the month, and it helped that Nathan had texted me and reminded me about it, and also to be accountable to him, and he was like, "Yo, dude, did you do it yet or what? Like, what happened? I didn't get your text." So I sat down and I did my 15-minute meditation, and it was literally like pounding my head into a wall for 15 minutes. But I did it anyway because that commitment. And, to me, that's the kind of thing where it's like I committed to doing this every day. I'm going to do it every day. And kind of having that commitment to the integrity to stick to your commitment, I think, really is a direct factor of your own self-worth. And when you say something and you do something and you have that integrity, it's not only about for the outside, but it's for the inside, and saying, I'm worthy of this kind of, I know if I say something, I'm going to do something. It raises our self-worth. So for me, it was great to have you there, buddy.
Well, thrilled to be here, and yeah, for me there was a lot of same kind of energy of like just, okay, he's already done, because usually I get your text about 3 hours before I would meditate, so it's like, okay, he's already clear for the day, and like, oh man, like I got to make sure I hit him back, and so and it was great to see, like, okay, so the month of September is over. I know we both meditated twice a day every day for the month of September, which is great. So now the month is over. Where are you with evening meditation? Is it something like you're absolutely rock solid, like this is amazing, I'm going to keep doing it every day? How do you proceed from here now that you've you kind of completed that month, that project?
Yeah, so it was a bit of a countdown for me to the last day, and the last 3 or 4 days I was kind of like, almost there. I almost don't need to meditate every day at night, even though it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Brian says in the interview that he did. It's kind of like brushing your teeth. You just kind of need to do it. It's not sexy. It's not glamorous. But
right.
If you don't want your mouth to stink, you brush your teeth. If you don't want your mind to stink, you meditate.
Right. Okay.
So for me going forward, I still meditate here and there. I haven't been every day since then, but I'm doing these 50 interviews for a Roadmap for Young Adults virtual conference, and every time before I do an interview, I meditate.
Okay.
So that's part of my pre-interview ritual is to meditate, and a lot of the times that you got text messages in the PM, it was when I was doing afternoon interviews, and I had already meditated for those interviews.
Okay, cool.
So for me, meditation is still a huge part of my life. I do it first thing every morning after I brush my teeth, and then sporadically it'll continue to play a role in my life throughout the other parts of my day going forward.
Well, I think that's really awesome to also highlight the fact that, you're now using that as a tool. It's not just like a rigid, like, well, it's 5 p.m., I need to meditate. It's now you're incorporating that as like, this is something that's going to help me, just really bring forth, whatever it is I have to bring forth, with this work. You're now using that as part of your toolkit, and I think that's a really, really cool way. I mean, I sometimes do that the same way. It's like if I'm just getting really nervous energy, like whenever I need to talk to you, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm going to talk to Jacob. I got to meditate. Just that kind of energy of like, let me just calm myself and center and figure out what's really important to me, and then go from that place. So I think that's a great point to bring up.
Yeah, and it's one thing I'd recommend for anybody who's watching this video, and I recommend it to the coaching people and clients that I work with, is when they have a really big event, even if it's halfway through their day and they can just take their lunch break and go actually sit in their car and put on the meditation and just do some breathing and focus on it. It's tremendous, the benefits it can provide in real life, not just when you go to Asia and want to go to Thailand into a Buddhist monastery and do a Vipassana.
Right.
Like, it's literally about, I live in New York City, how practical can we be with our meditation in an everyday practical environment?
I love it. All right, dude. You got more to rock. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Everybody can check you out at sensophy.com. I'll just say Jacob's writing is one of my favorite things in the universe, so get over there, check out what he's doing, and always good to see you, buddy.
Likewise, man. Thanks so much, dude.
All right, take care.
Peace.